Guys, MJZ Reviews here, and welcome to part 2 of my new manga collection video. We left off from JoJo Part 8, and now we are on Neon Genesis Evangelion. And by the way, if you haven't watched the first part, please do so. Neon Genesis Evangelion. So the ending of it differs from the ending of the anime, and also the ending of End of Evangelion. So if you want another alternative ending to Neon Genesis Evangelion, I'd recommend reading the manga, which does have a very insightful ending as well, so it isn't, trash. The manga is very well drawn. I'd say it looks better than the anime, but it doesn't look better than the End of Evangelion movie because, that movie's just too gorgeous. But in the end, there's not many movies that can compare to that. Then there's GTO Paradise Lost, which is a sequel to Great Teacher Onizuka, which, you should check out the anime for it on Crunchyroll, because it's just about a teacher who likes to take the piss and messes with his students, but in the end he's a nice guy, and he'll go to great lengths to help his students out, and he is a bit of like a roadman, but it's a very fun read or watch. Next is Mob Psycho 100, and it's very weird that they released this volume because it's drawn by One, and if you didn't know, One has very, let's just say, odd artwork, and it's not drawn by the guy who does One Punch Man, who is Yusuke Murata. No, it's just all done by One on like he did in the webcomic, and that some panels like that are actually quite good, but then you get others like that which aren't too good. So, but if you're a fan of like One's art or a One Punch Man fan, definitely check out Mob Psycho 100. But I would recommend watching the anime, which is getting a second season actually. And then there's Bakuman. That isn't actually a volume. That's the anime of it, and just season 1. Apparently the manga's better, but check that out. And then volume 10 of Tokyo Ghoul, which got in Spanish by accident because Amazon. And then there's Fist of the North Star, or Hokuto no Ken. There's actually 14 volumes in total, but I only have 1 to 9 in the big omnibus editions. It has this really nice spine of Kenshiro doing his Watatami attack, whatever it's called. Again, I think the series seems to be dropping in quality past this volume here, but I have 10 volumes so far, the 10th one somewhere else. Then there's Detective Conan. This is in French, by the way. Then there's Detective Conan in French, which is translated to Case Closed in English, and I'm not sure if there's a Case Closed manga released in English, but here's the first 6 volumes of the French release, which I'm not catching up on because it's 85 volumes and I don't have time for that. I coming from One Piece fan, but still. Full Metal Alchemist, really good, nice drawings, especially near the end. But the animes are way better. There are 2 animes. Brotherhood, in my opinion, is the superior one, even though the first 20 episodes of the original anime are probably better than the first 20 episodes of Brotherhood, because Brotherhood kind of rushes it at the start. But if you don't want to if you just want to have the pure Full Metal Alchemist experience, or if you're just a really big Full Metal Alchemist fan, definitely recommend getting the manga. And if you want them kind of a bit more cheaply, you can get the omnibus editions. Then there's just this kind of just a magazine which my mum got me in Japan, which has Mr. Atsumatsu-san, or whatever it's called, on the front. Then my mum got me this by accident instead of Shonen Jump, but it's still really cool to see because I've never seen kind of like a weekly. What's this one? Bisatsu Shonen magazine, which is actually releases new chapters of Attack on Titan every week or every month. I'm not sure. And this is UQ holder at the front, which is apparently getting quite popular now. And it's really thick, and even thicker than the Shonen Jump volumes. And these are supposed to be like kind of thrown away after use, but I kind of see it as a collector's item because I'm not Japanese. Then we have mixed volumes of Bleach, which I'm again just go on and off the series because apparently after the Hueco Mundo arc, it gets really bad, and then I know about the whole rushed ending. But the first 21 volumes, which I have a few of, are just really, really good to read, and some of the best shonen manga. Those first 21 volumes. There's an Ichigo figure there. Then there's Blue Exorcist, which again I'm on and off of. Happens a lot recently. Wouldn't have happened in the past, but yeah, it happens. Yeah, there's 1 till 17, and yeah, there it is. When once you get caught up, it's kind of difficult to read like a monthly manga because you kind of forget things by the next chapter if you're not if you're reading it like a bit passively. But yeah, it is a really fun read, and I would check it out if you're. It's kind of it's not too cliche as well, and my favorite arc is the arc when stuff happens to this girl there, and then there's this Pokemon Adventures manga, World Trigger, which apparently is alright. Then there's this manga, which I don't want to ramble on too much about, because I could do a whole video on it. It's not complete, and I really wanted to complete this, and there's only like 2 volumes left, but I'm not sure if I can, because if I'm not gonna lie, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I have a hard time reading this manga because it's not that I can't read it, it's not that it's hard to read, it's that the emotions that it makes me feel when I'm reading this can sometimes be too much and a bit overwhelming, and then I get like a bit depressed after reading it. That's how effective the author is, which obviously this guy, what's his name again, Inio Asano, is a great author, but he to make people feel those emotions. And Goodnight Pumpkin is about a boy who goes through different stages in his life. So it kind of goes through his childhood, adulthood, and teenage years. And he's for some reason he's drawn like that, kind of like this kind of bird with a beak. There is a reason for it, which I forgot, but it kind of makes him seem different to everyone else. But people don't think he's a bird guy; they just think he's a normal guy. But he's just drawn in that way, and it's a very unique manga, and it's relatable to everyone in some way because this kid goes through different stages in his life, and it's just sometimes it can be a bit taxing to read. So I think I'm going to give it a break, and then I'm going to get the last 2 volumes because it is a really good manga, very very good art as well. But it's just it can make you just feel a bit depressed. I'm just saying, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a break for now. But I definitely want to read all of it because it is. I think it's in the top 5 manga ever written as well, and they're releasing these really nice of his signature volumes. Then there's just a collection of Assassination Classroom manga volumes which have ended. Animal Kingdom, Asylum Voice. Now, Asylum Voice, I could do a video on it as well. Is the manga, especially because the film obviously has to take parts out of the manga because of time constraints. But this manga, the emotions that made me feel, and at the end, I did not like the ending. It was alright, but just the emotions that made me feel, and I read these volumes really quickly. Definitely one of the best mangas I've ever read. Few spare One Piece volumes. Rosario plus Vampire. I don't know. Fairy Tail, Seraph at the End. Yeah, which is I'm not planning on getting any more. And Beelzebub, which is alright. Then get some more different stuff. Here is probably one of the best manga of all time, and probably the most underrated manga of all time, which also has a very good anime adaptation, Space Brothers. And oh my god, you need to read this manga. It's just so good. Now, in my last video, I probably had about 5 volumes of it. Now I have 21. And for some reason, this manga inspired me to get this Ask an Astronaut book for some reason. But it's really good, and some of my favorite. The main character, Mutanamba. He just makes me laugh all the time. Funniest guy I've ever seen. And I don't laugh very much when I read manga, but this character just makes me laugh all the time. And I think I'm caught up to the French release, so I might have to read it on the Crunchyroll manga service to catch up with it. But I don't want to catch up with it because I don't want to wait for chapters. But it's only a weekly manga, so it can't be that bad. You know, because of the wait. Yeah, and just really good. You need to check this out. Severely underrated. You need to You get what I mean. Then here are some volumes of Dragon Ball. Yeah, just a mix of volumes plus these color volumes. Again, real. If you're a Shonen fan, you need to read this. I don't know. Yeah, you just because everyone's pretty much heard of it, and it's really well drawn. The art and the way the manga flows, you can watch videos and that. Like it flows really well. Very quick read, even though it does lose its footing near the end, and it gets a bit too much into I'm a new bad guy. I'm stronger than the last one. You have to train to fight me. You know, same old garbage that we're all used to. But yeah, but still, I this is probably my. It's weird because one volume's in French, 2 and 3 are in English, and these kind of like these English omnibuses, then just the normal English volumes, and the English color volumes. So it's kind of weird, and then plus the Resurrection of Film. Yeah, so it's kind of weird how I've collected this series, but oh well. And it's Berserk 1 and in English and 2 in French. I'm gonna post a video on Berserk soon, and yeah, one of probably my top 5 favorite manga of all time. I don't know if I read it online, unfortunately, but yeah, it's just so good. And if you're over 15 and you think you're a manga fan, you need to read it. Yeah, I say over 15 because of reasons. And then there's Helsing, just volume 1, which I got second hand. So yeah, that is my entire manga collection. So that's sadly that's as big as it's gonna get. And but it's been a really fun time collecting all these volumes and reading all of them. There's not one volume in this collection which I haven't read, and I consider it money well spent. Even though at times there's a bit too much money, but I really enjoyed reading these, and I'd recommend you to read some of the series I recommended you to read in the video, if that makes sense. And if you were wondering what this is, these are just drawings I sometimes do. The One Punch Man's one there is my favourite, and then also that Alphonse one up there. Yeah, I do have figures as well, like this Zoro, Sabo, and Luffy one, and I have wanted posters as well from One Piece. If you haven't noticed already, I'm a really big One Piece fan. So that is my manga collection. I am struggling to think of ideas to do on videos, so I would really like you to comment what videos I can do next. And if there's any series you think is essential for me to read which I haven't read, please tell me in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe to see it.